It's important to talk about the anatomy of locking mechanisms on doors. We have nadir pins. We also have U-bolts. These mechanisms are posts or studs of very structurally sound material that the latch mechanism engages and locks upon. Newer construction vehicles are put together using adhesives or automotive epoxies. It's very easy to shear or separate body panel components, not intending to, when you're trying to separate thin gauge sheet metal that's glued together from a very structurally sound pin and latch mechanism. So it's important when you create purchase points to give yourself multiple options so that you can work both above that pin assembly and below that pin assembly to get that door to pop or shear away from that structural element. The rear side body panel of Level 1 vehicles will be referred to as a quarter panel. You'll hear some individuals refer to both the front quarter panel and the rear quarter panel as quarter panels, period. In other circles or other anatomical discussions, you'll hear that front quarter panel always referred to as the fender. So understand there's some cross-referencing there. This quarter panel has the same design features as the front fender. You have an outer body panel, and then you have an interior construction. On minivans, it's a little bit different than a standard Level 1 passenger vehicle, like a sedan or a standard seating arrangement. With these, you're going to have less structural integrity behind them. You typically just have an interior structural wall with a lot of upholstery components on it, as well as venting elements. You also have the challenge of having a lot more tie-ins, so you will have some predominant spot welds, typically speaking, between the structural element and the rocker assembly area of this portion of the vehicle. Another anatomical point on the vehicle that you'll commonly hear referred to is the firewall. The firewall is the dividing segment between the engine compartment and the passenger compartment. One common reference point to firewalls is the location of relay boxes in regards to hybrids. Very often those relay boxes, they will say, are located at the firewall, giving you access to the IPU or the high voltage relay. When we're referring to that, look at your dash and windshield assembly and understand that your firewall should be somewhere in that area. So once you open the engine compartment, you're looking for the back wall segment of the engine space. Another reference point of firewalls refers to relief cut locations when trying to create energy egress points to do dash lifts and dash rolls. Typically speaking, we want to use that firewall as our reference point to make those relief cuts so that that firewall assembly will travel either articulating or lifting when we're trying to do dash displacements.